Oke. Lama pasti. Karena gue fokus story Chiori. Jadi kita language-nya bahasa Indonesia. Biar best experience. Bentar. Kiri muncul. Oke.
Shine down. Justice will prevail. Final. Nice and spicy. There is no escape. Drop your weapons. Inazuma shines eternal.
Like ya? Enggak sih. I don't know. Oke, langsung story Chiori ya. Oke. Apa sih? Quest ya. Oke, kita langsung buka story-nya. Sangat tidak terasa. Chiori PT2 aku bang. Oh, bagus dong. Dapat ya gionya. Tinggal wipunya doang itu. Oke itu mah. Oh, gokil ya. Chiori dapat PT2. Gokil sekali. Oke, aku akan pakai bahasa Indonesia biar kalian ngerti. Aku biasanya pakai bahasa Inggris kalau story, tapi ini bukan kecualian. Yang aku nggak suka tuh kata bakunya sih. Bakal rate of PT 78. Hoki berarti itu mah. Rate of tapi hoki. Content fashion. Model font. Oke, Chiori.
Is this really okay? I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress. No, not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiori.
Cina nanti ngumpulin Primo lagi.
I'm just in shock.
Kumpulin dong. Jangan lupa wiponnya ya.
Dream to wear a Chiori boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Kalau misalnya nggak dapet wiponnya, pakai black cliff aja. Kalau pengen estetiknya ada tapi pengen KW kayak gitu. Bisa dibilang wiponnya KW signature lah. Signature. Elala. Kan mode fonten itu apa bahasa Inggrisnya?
Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. The first rule of business is to always keep your promises.
Tidak boleh ingkar janji.
Now, remember to not fold the gown or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding. But from the look on your face, I can tell that may be a little difficult for you.
I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Aku jujur kaku pakai Chiori ini. Tak kenapa aku ngerasain kayak gitu. Nanti kalau ada Chiori aku pengen coba deh.
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today.
Is that really so shocking? It is mine after all. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design or perhaps some ready-to-wear outfits for kids?
Aku ingin nyari baju yang mewah. Ada?
Hey, Paimon's not a kid.
Kamu ada fonten.
Oh, that. Well, if news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts have paid off.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Ugh, Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun, but it certainly always attracts a crowd. It's a fashion extravaganza that only takes place once a year after all.
Emang setahun ya? Kayak belum mode aja nih.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers at the court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you could even land a large amount of orders as soon as the main show ends. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous fashion week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate this year, right?
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the fashion industry also strongly values a label's artistic vision.
Baju Chiori ini kayak kimono. Tapi di tengahnya kayak orang ninja gitu. Ngerti kan? Ngerti gak sih maksudnya? Ninja-ninja cewek itu kayak gitu.
Anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year. In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times. People support your brand because they support the vision it represents.
Huh. Okay, so maybe fashion's more complicated than Paimon thought.
Baik, baik jangan pikirin Paimon, bahaya.
All that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new Chiori designs at the show?
Chiori ya.
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized. I'm just waiting for the fabrics.
Chiori ya. Hah? Gimana sih?
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics.
Inazuma.
The textures are pleasant to the touch, and their familiarity gives me a sense of security.
Ya, intinya kamu berada di Inazuma kan?
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of home.
Ugh, something like that.
Kenapa ajak gitu? Aku mengajakmu Chiori, ayo kita ke sana.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen along the way?
No need to worry. I've already taken the steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable.
Kira.
Excuse me. Coming through. Coming through.
Speaking of devil, of course.
Sorry, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm really
Oh ya kan
sorry.
kita kan sudah pernah ketemunya. Gimana ya Rex?
Deep breaths, Kirara, then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were talking about.
Kira.
Oh, hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine. It's been a while.
Sashiburi dana.
Wait a second. This is the second time that you've seen me flub a delivery job now, isn't it? Oh, you somehow always happen to catch me off my game, huh? So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather? Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all. Bandits, then.
Bandit. Server.
Few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Kira seperti itu sudah sering.
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly. I just got a little lost.
Minta bantuan sebenarnya.
Keeping you honest as always, I see. All right. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine.
They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about Komunia Express. It was obvious they were looking for someone with two tails.
So it was a targeted hit?
I got the sense that they were actually targeting Chiori's goods.
My fabric shipment?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Oh, are you okay, Kirara?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to round them all up.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of
Iyalah,
your
dirampok mah.
intercepted. But it still doesn't make sense how you knew it was my goods they were after. You've got other deliveries to make in Fontaine, don't you? Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Well...
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
1 out of 5. Say that, Chiori.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me, so I spent a bit of time investigating. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some
Berbocor.
time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chioria Boutique's delivery.
Chioria Boutique.
And who might this person be? Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I didn't really get injured, and you've still got Fashion Week to worry about.
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop here. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
Tuh, dipeduluin tuh.
Alright. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Uter.
Sir.
Uter. No, that name rings a bell. Wouldn't you say, Kirara?
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
So you both know this Uter guy?
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers as miserable as possible.
So he's like a business
Rivalitas.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square.
Oh.
Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically tried every trick in the book to ruin my good name.
Uter.
I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square, but I guess he prefers playing dirty. Well, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Wah, langsung action ini.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach
Persiapkan
someone-
amusi.
You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while before heading back?
Chiori! Wait!
And she's gone.
Oh no. What should we do?
You seem concerned. Should we be worried about Chiori?
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with her fiery temper, I'm just worried whatever she's about to do will feel negative publicity about her right before the start of Fashion Week. Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me? As a formal employee of Komunia Express, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to get involved.
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiori.
I'm on.
Well, to be honest, I'm more worried about that Uter guy's safety.
Tatkala mereka bicara tentang malam Chiori chapter. Oi, kakeru zo. Jalan kaki aja lah. Oh, Jeffrus. Boleh.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer?
Nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me like that. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Mata batinnya kuat.
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made. I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Well, you were one of the leading roles after all.
Iyalah, kamu menjadi pameran utama, jadi terkenal kan, MC cuy.
So, did something happen?
Indeed it did. I'll need you to come with me.
Ayo Cepers.
I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people to do that.
Aduh, lagi.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper procedure?
Saya mau bertanya, kenapa ada streamer kalau viewers ngechat, kalau kata streamer sadar diri kamu tuh lagi. Bilang halo aja mah, halo gitu. Tapi kalau misalnya belum terlalu peka gitu, tapi terkadang streamer tuh orang-orangnya lagi bingung. Tapi bagi gua biasa aja sih. Halo aja.
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend. I'm about to go teach him a lesson.
Halo, tadi halo karena sih.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the special patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Apa kamu datang untuk melaporkan kasus atau melapor? Dan nama viewersnya ya nama cowok gitu. Ya itu maksudnya. Laki.
I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain. So
Balas aja sekalian. Halo ganteng juga. Pasti dia ketar-ketar juga.
Are you planning to?
not if I can help it.
All right. Where is this person?
Follow me.
Biasanya dia nggak bertindak ini ya, tapi baru kali dibikin. Dia tidak mau menghancurkan reputasinya. Let's go, Chiori.
Promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Come on.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that.
Fontaine, Vasari Pisach. Okay, let's go.
This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll go have a chat with him.
Hah? Ngechat gimana? Waduh. Harus sekalian masuk juga kita gitu kan. Aku gak ada ide. Ide apa, Bang? Hakim.
You know, Chevraz, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours sort of situation.
Bantu, aku bantu.
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual.
Tak
Special
tolong.
Patrol needs her help quite often as well. We've got tough problems of our own. Getting people to talk, for example.
Berarti ada satu penting banget.
The uniform, the musket.
Ya ini detektif mungkin gitu kan.
The minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress.
Konten, oh. Cari bang. Apa konten yang menarik itu? Bagus ya.
But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster
Anji
than a
populernya
waterfall
gitu
out of
atau
the scene.
gimana gameplay gitu.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures.
Kaca
Can't
nggak?
help but
Chiori
want to
nggak
talk about
kaca.
new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people. And nothing brings out that sort of vanity quite like fashion.
Kayak tuh.
As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in wealth and intel.
Kenapa ada live bentar-bentar nge-lag? Iya. Ini 30 fps stream sebelah. Supaya aku cek di preview. Enggak kok, aman. Aku cek preview stream aman kok. Aman. Mungkin bitrate-nya nggak sesuai dengan yang kamu capai ini.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch
Nggak tahu deh.
yours.
Mungkin ganti apa namanya? Ganti kode kayaknya nanti ya.
Exactly.
Stream
I'm
kode
also here
kayaknya.
to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself.
Bukan Chiori.
So, who got on her case this time? It's been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Oh, so this is what happened.
Bla 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 bla.
Uter, you say?
Betul.
Heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the book. I heard that even the Maison Gardiennage issued him a warning due to his behavior. So he's back at it, huh? His funeral, I guess.
Apakah dia akan menggunakan dual blade-nya?
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get right up close.
Sure, but why?
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases I just talked about.
Langsung terkapar Rita. Di lantai.
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Aho.
Stupidity
Tonagong
is
Bayu.
doing the same
Atau nggak tahu gua.
meaningless thing over and over again.
Bitrate-nya nggak stabil gitu dari kamunya mungkin.
It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Lay off the dirty tricks. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Chiori?
Teguh.
Officer, an assault's in progress! Please, officer, you've got to do something!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Unfortunately, I was chatting with this traveler and seemed to have missed what happened. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence. You don't mind, do you? There's nothing in there that would implicate you in any illegal activity, I would hope.
I... Forget it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
It was a big of deal.
Miss Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future. Especially out...
Unless, of course, it's to offer to carry them for you.
Intinya butuh pendamping lah intinya.
Good one, Chiori.
I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal. You're going back to Inazuma tomorrow, right?
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow. As for Navia, I'll give her a heads up in a bit.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of armed guards. Or ones with sunglasses, for that matter. Don't you think this is a bit much?
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing, for my own peace of mind. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Sudah minta tolong.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then... I guess it's fine.
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for Fontaine Fashion Week, right?
I believe so.
Fashion.
I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days. I've heard a lot of suppliers will be participating this year.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say suppliers are super important.
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, equipment, factory access. You have to work with them if you want to become a truly renowned fashion house.
Taken contract.
That's also why this year's Fashion Week is so important to me.
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so
Nyet,
pretty and so
nyet, nyet.
nice to wear. I can't help but brag about them to my customers whenever I get the chance.
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard of the Chiori brand, yes?
Well, I mean, with the amount of places that I deliver to, it's only natural that some people from other nations haven't heard of it.
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori brand
belum cukup
renowned
sohor.
throughout all of Tibet.
Kayak sohor tuh apa guys ya? Sohor.
All of it? Your business would have to get pretty huge then.
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chiori branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine every time I need to get them patched up.
Setidaknya dia sudah membantumu.
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful with them. They're already about as durable as I can make them.
Kokohnya.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged on branches pretty often, but I can't help it. It's hard to be careful about that sort of thing when you're trying to take a nice nap in a tree.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Is there anything we can do to help out with Fashion Week?
I'm sure I could think of something.
Apa itu?
Ooh, what is it? What is it?
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put, you'll serve as my living mannequins.
Kalau cewek nggak masalah sih, tapi kalau cowok misalnya iter gimana?
Oh, so we get to try on some of your clothes? Got it.
Tuh traveler cewek Lumin. It's fine, it's
The
fine.
model rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the stitching and the silhouette of the designs.
Sounds easy enough.
Baru lenggak-lenggok di pang.
No need. We've already booked the models for that. If you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique and see if anything catches your eye. I'll even give you a special discount.
Oh, nice.
Great. Paimon was just starting to get curious about all this design stuff.
Gua aja bisa bisa beli 1.000 orang.
Then we have a deal.
1.000.
You'll model some formal wear, traveler, and I don't know. Paimon here will show off some kids' designs. I'll see you both tomorrow then.
Yep, sounds good. Wait, kids' clothes? Paimon told you already she's not a little kid.
Bukan anak kecil. Oke, selesai cerita awalnya. Kita harus tunggu besok. Bang baca galat kejar cici. Aku nggak tahu deh bang. Aku bawa kayaknya aku harus gacha deh untuk pengganti Hutau gitu. Kalau di akun ini kayaknya aku meragukan hal itu deh bang. Tapi akun sebelah kayaknya gacha-gacha aja.
Speaking of clothes, do yours happen to need any mending right now, Kirara?
Well, since you asked, Chiori, there's this part around my waist.
Oh, need a bit of letting out around the middle.
Longgarin Chiori, longgarin.
No! It's a tear. Those bad guys did it.
Disobek. Ulala. Oke.
Sorry, pal. Congratulations.
Mau review laku. Oh ya, mau review lah. Dapat kita cek kamu. Ini sudah signature ya? Udah signature. Kapan kamu dapat signature ya? Atau udah lama nih dapat? Nah ini bagus ini. Cuma kerdemeknya turun. Dengan kompensasinya. Apa sih? Ya ini bagus. Oh iya bantu di sini. Widih bagus banget. Gila. Enggak sih ini. Mau naikin damage tapi clear rate sama airnya turun. Itu tergantung situasional sih itu. Kalau kau dikoppel dengan Diona dengan Shogun, ada yang ngomong 120 udah cukup itu. Shogun dengan Diona Sacrifice. Tapi kalau full crit damage harus pakai itu sih. Cuman ini udah kebantu ISO BP juga. Attack ada tambahan attack juga itu. Terus ada attack speed. Apa damage juga kan dia? Nambah attack speed sama attack juga. Halo lo ya. Lagi cerita story. Ini tinggal C1 atau ngandalin. Kalau dibilang ada yang ganti artefak nggak ada sih. Bagus semua artefaknya. Aku nggak akan komplain. Serius. Aku nggak akan komplain. Kalaupun gua komplain itu antara apa ya? Ini sih kalau kata gua. Kalau pakai blacklist bagus tadi. Bagus kan stat. Ya aku tahu bagus statnya. Tapi kamu nggak ada fisikalnya loh. Fisikalnya nih gede loh. Karena ISO BP itu ada peningkatan attack dan juga base attack tertinggi. Untuk sekitar 16% attack ya. 16% attack terus ada penambahan 20%, totalnya 36% attack. Sekelas base attack ini itu gede banget loh itu. Mukanya kecil loh itu. Gede loh itu. Apalagi ada physical damage juga ini. Kalau lu bandingin dengan weapon 4 star atau 5 star lainnya kayak Skyward Blade itu jauh mah, itu jangan lu bandingin. Tapi ya itu menurutku sih bang. Kalau ada yang ganti tuh antara bunga itu dia pas. Tapi setidaknya untuk sekarang udah bagus itu. Agak susah nyentuh 200 sebenarnya. Soalnya signaturnya aja physical itu bukan record damage gitu. Bisa di situ nyarinya susah. Walaupun ada yang dikorbankan, ada sih salah satu dari critical rate itu diganti ke crit damage gitu. Apa contohnya? Circletmu mungkin? Circletmu, oh iya circlet. Oh enggak jadi, jangan circletnya bagus itu. Bunganya sih bang kalau bisa, kan bunganya itu. Bunganya sih ini bang kata gua solusinya tuh. Soalnya aku ngecek tuh. Aku ceknya tuh kayak biasa aja gitu. Semuanya naik ini. Tapi ini 2 kali naik. Jadi, mulai dari sini fokusnya ke crit damage sih. Soalnya kan fokus crit damage juga. Bunganya sini yang jadi PR. Kan naik semua itu. Kenapa senjata lain nggak ada yang elemen damage bonus, semua physical aja. Kalau untuk substat nggak ada, tapi kalau pasif ada. Ada pasif mah. Kalau pasif ada kok, tenang aja. Mana pasif ya kalau weapon? Nggak ada deh di sini. Weapon Atlas itu juga ada tuh. Tapi kalau pasif ada, cuman kalau itu nggak ada. Berhubungan daripada nggak ada kan aman kata. Nah ini pasifnya. Elemental damage. Sama katalis juga tuh. Untuk Claymore kayaknya nggak ada nih. Ya itu takutnya nanti kena terlalu broken sih kata gue. Kalau menurutku ya, Yo Forces sudah tahu kalau urusan kayak gitu tuh bakal terjadi. Oke, kita langsung story Chiori. Let's see what we got from this thing out. Chioria. Mana sih mentionnya nih? Chioria Pontika. Kadang gua pronounce Chiori aja itu susah loh, tumben ya. Chiori, Chimori, Chiori. Ah ya, Chiori. Apa kemana? Ini beneran kita harus masuk ya. Masuk cuy. Oke. Kamingku nggak ada damage. Kalau nggak ada Shanyun pasti nggak ada damage. Aku jamin sih. Oke. Di sini ya ruangan Chiori ya. Keren ya.
You're here early. I haven't even opened the shop yet.
Wait, has Kirara left already?
Yep, with the special patrol. Bright and early.
Oh, patroli
All right
khusus.
on the road?
I believe The patrol makes for quite the entourage.
Aku harap Pak yang dikawal itu nggak ada apa-apanya sih, maksud gua. Takutnya plot twist takutnya.
The way they marched forward with Kirawa in the center, you'd
Oh.
think she was some sort of VIP. For the second leg, the Spina also came with a pretty large group, led by Navia herself.
Sepertinya bukan sembarang orang cuy, Navia cuy.
They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. Kirawa won't so much as step on a single stray rock on her journey.
Sampai-sampai jadi kotak dia cuy, si Kiraranya.
I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for Kirawa. An excellent souvenir to remember Fontaine by, I'd say.
Justru malah Navia bener-bener tertarik sama Kirara.
Sounds like Navia really got into it.
Seperti itulah Navia.
She even lamented the fact that she didn't have time to prepare something even fancier. I'm pretty sure she can't wait for another escort opportunity to come her way.
You know, now that you mention Navia, Paimon thinks the two of you are actually pretty similar. You say what you mean, and when you have an idea, you really hit the ground running.
Supaya nggak kepikiran apa.
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. No matter what comes her way, she never bows down in the face of adversity.
Sumpah aku nggak
That sort of
kepikiran
determination
itu.
and courage is something I really admire.
Aku nggak kepikiran itu Pak Emon.
That same spirit is the true vision of my brand. When she first mentioned commissioning an outfit from my boutique, well, I'm sure you can imagine my excitement.
It's like finding a brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society who wear said clothes.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the clothes to look cute.
Fashion
Bajunya
is about
kece.
more than just looks, my dear. Especially if you've got your sights set on a market the size of that. Well, would you look at the time?
Oh yeah. Come on, let's get down to business. We're here to model.
Modelnya gimana ini?
Indeed. Give me a moment while I go retrieve some
Udah
fabric.
lama nggak Bang? Enggak kayaknya.
Why don't you
Sudah story ini langsung off stream
set
gua.
up the shop displays in the meantime?
Karena aku mau tidur, mau sahur ya.
Set them up. How exactly?
Mau digimanain?
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types and styles. This way, we can guarantee that the customers will see something different every day.
Nanti juga kan mau buat konten juga nanti gua mau apa namanya spiral 4.5. Moga aja nggak ketar-ketir ya gua mainnya.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into running a store.
Aku tim begadang sampai sahur. Jangan lupa spiral habis reset jam 3 atau jam 4 ya. Nggak tahu deh. Intinya pas daily reset lah intinya.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
Yes, Chiori ya Bonti.
We just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together, right?
Letakkan pakaian formal pria. Inazuma. Kimono Inazuma. It perfectly suit.
Not bad. You might just have an eye for design.
Yang penting sortir nah.
Anyway,
Sortirnya bagus.
let's move on to the real task at hand. Over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Itu juga recent season gampang. Hah? Really? Recent season? Bentar cek dulu. Oh iya tanggal 16 ya. Wah, anjir. Nggak sadar gue cuy. Recent season. Aku cek Mobile Legends dulu. Recent season anjir. Real. Aku masih bintang 20. Baru naik legend deh, baru naik mythic.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori. Oh, good morning, Leanne. How
Lian,
have you been recently?
Not too bad.
Your gown will be ready next week, so there's no need to worry about missing the ball. Or did you come here today because you'd like to make a new request, perhaps?
bentar guys. Aku mau cek season 31. Iya, 17 jam lagi loh. Berarti kalau 17 sekitar jam 2 atau jam 3 nih. Ya, seperti guys. Gak apa-apa biar bisa push bareng lagi kita. Hey, ya. Aku targetin epic, bro. Epic sekelas mythic ini aja.
Oh,
Bahaya ini.
nothing like that, Miss Chiori. To be honest, I came here today to cancel my order for that gown.
Lebih baik aku nunggu sebulan aja lah daripada aku kena mental.
Cancel your order. But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any materials you've already used. Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. Did something happen, Liam? Have your plans changed?
What's wrong with you?
It's all right. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you. I'll take note of the cancellation. Thank you. I'm really sorry. Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange just now? Wonder why she wouldn't tell us why she was canceling her order.
Sebulan kuburu udah mythic lagi. Waduh, aku ini lama tapi aku wajah nggak suka aja gitu. Lagian ini juga puasa, teman-temanku jarang juga, di teman-teman kantorku jarang main ML juga. Ada yang ngapus ML cuy. Temenku menghapus ML demi menjaga mentalnya, biar nggak batal puasa kan. Ya.
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a while. A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel, no one to take you to the ball. I've pretty much heard it all.
Nah, tapi masih lama sih itu. Siang kan itu. Jam 2, jam 1-an itu.
Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her from revealing the truth to us. It's best not to pry.
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to work on Fashion Week, right?
That's true. Come, let's pick up where we left off.
Lanjutkan.
Is
What?
Miss Chiori in?
Ini yang sebelah warung.
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to return this item.
Hah?
Could I ask why?
It's just not to my liking.
Huh?
You said I could get a refund if I wasn't satisfied, so that's why I'm here.
Is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations? Are the sleeves too short? Or is the color too dark? I can always make those adjustments for you.
Atau warnanya terlalu gelap.
No need. You don't have to concern yourself with that. I'd just like that refund, please.
Hah?
And I'd be happy to process that for you. If you could just tell me the cause of your dissatisfaction.
Kami ingin tahu alasan.
Chiori here. I'd like to return my outfit.
Loh.
Another one?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse, maybe? What does the prophecy say this time? You'll be spared if you get rid of all your clothes? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this one day to come and return my clothes. What is going on?
Loh, kenapa ini?
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front run by a bunch of dirty criminals.
Please calm down, sir. What is he talking about?
Haven't you heard? Chiori Boutique has been exposed for having close ties with criminals. It's all over the papers.
And just who is it that dares to throw that accusation around?
Jangan bilang dia lagi.
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced from underground factories, aren't they?
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. I've already proved there's nothing wrong with them. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead and hand over your garments right now. Spare yourself from that flood of yours. Or have you not been convinced of that one just yet?
You...
They're off! Miss Chiori? Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them why. We'll refund them at the purchase price.
Alright.
Ini tumben ini kayaknya ada masalah serius ini. mungkin kayak pembalasan lah gitu ya.
And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
Chiori.
They could be
Gosip.
more fabricated if you tried. No need to worry about them. I'm sure they'll go away on their own in a few days. The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week. The best response right now is to tune it out and focus on finalizing my designs.
Paling orang iri aja itu, iya. Konsep ini tuh gimana ya? Mereka tuh kayak pernah lu apa sih namanya anime apa Ansatsu itu. Jadi ada sebuah parfum gitu ya. Parfumnya lebih bagus. Terus yang apa namanya? Warung sebelahnya itu iri dengan dia. Jadi kayak karena ada merasa iri itu jadinya kayak ada sebuah kejahatan secara diam-diam ya. Dengan cara membunuh si pengguna yang apa namanya? Ya, intinya memeraskan. Nah, intinya memeraskan si pemilik toko itu. Tapi akhirnya gagal sih gara-gara tempatnya yang ketat sekali. Dan dia juga mati sih yang pengen bunuh.
If you say so, but Paimon still can't help but worry.
Mulai itu, Indo juga banyak. It's all about the business, boys. Aku juga tidak mengerti tentang bisnis ya. Tetapi ada hal yang namanya rivalitas. Dan dibilang rivalitas juga ada hal yang benar-benar membuat itu menyimpang kata gue. Jadi bilang rivalitas, kita bilang rivalitas tapi bagi dia itu bukan gitu.
The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself. There will be no doubt about the quality of my
Kirim
work
santet
when you
gitu.
see it.
Dari dulu sampai sekarang
The
masih
public
aja.
just has to see it for themselves.
Oh itu santet kayaknya pernah denger gue.
Miss Chiori, bad news.
Ngapain?
Oh, for the love of... Can a woman not get a moment of peace to do her work? Go on. What's the matter now?
Nyanyi kau kistanda.
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll no longer be able to supply us during Fashion Week.
Wah ini masalah kedua juga ini.
What? No accessories? Not even the ones we pre-ordered?
Waduh.
Yes, that's what their messenger said.
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think they'll probably pull out as well.
Even the suppliers believe those nasty rumors?
Waduh. Sepertinya bukan cuma gosip doang ini mah. Bener-bener parah gosipnya. Gimana lo Alvin? Ini bener-bener memeras si pemilik sampai akarnya cuy.
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already left.
So, no accessories means no brooches, no bow ties, things like that?
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread, all the elements that lend life and soul to my designs.
Ini semua item penting itu. Berlian. Benar. Karena Cina wajib gacha ya.
Be able to make your designs at all?
Makanya bisa pengganti Hutao sih.
Alof,
Itu
you
solusi.
stay and watch the shop. I'll go talk to the supplier myself.
Wajib. Wajib. Sweetie koi.
For you too. We'll make sure your supplier knows there's nothing wrong with your clothes.
Thank you.
Hutao multi target nih. Karena Cina multi target kok. Tenang lah. Rivalitas. Keluar dari Chiori Bonti. Pemasok. Wah, di sini cuy. Masuk. Jika ujung rok sudah ternoda, apakah ia dikenakan ke atas, Pak? Mari. Utau single target, ada Cina multi target. Ada multi target Utau tuh, tapi sebentar doang. Kayak one shot gitu. Single target dia tuh.
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business partners, especially when a reasonable conversation should suffice.
Aku bener lah belum ngertiin questnya. Sekalian aja mah. Di sini. Bye-bye lo ya. Baru setengah jalan loh ini. Kamu dibilang takut ke spoil. Wenger?
Denger, it's Chiori. We've worked together all these years. The least you could do is allow me a face-to-face conversation.
What happened, What happened, Chiori? What happened? Oh, Wenger.
Straightforward as always, I see. You know, there are certain conventions people usually follow if they want to seek someone's company.
Lagi krisis cuy, wajar kalau kayak gini. Jadi seriksi ya, enak buat menyimpan jarak jauh. Lagi di buff kan, mem kan. Wajar mah.
Has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? Why hire a messenger when I can just explain things in person?
Cuman masalahnya Ixia itu ya. Butuh ketepatan intinya. Dia tuh beda dengan Layla dia tuh bener-bener main apa namanya? bener-bener harus tepat intinya. Areanya yang bagus sih, momen yang tepat lah bisa dibilang, bagaikan rumah tiger lah kata. Bener kalau hero rumpel lagi pada di buff ya. Sering gendong pakai Ixia, wude.
Have you read the papers today?
Sekali-sekali pakai Layla bang. Layla juga sering dipakai kok. Aku akhir-akhir ini ke Mythic ya, Mythic. Masih bintang 20 ini. Di akun utama gue, bukan akun untuk streaming ya. Itu sering dipakai loh Layla tuh.
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation. Maybe that's something you should consider as well.
Tapi ya pada akhirnya ada yang di counter sih. Counternya adalah ya sober.
Right. I only subscribe to the Steambird, and most days I never even read the others.
Mana hyperku Fanny lagi. Pakai sober sudah mati Fanny-nya.
So, these rumors. The Steambird was the one that published them?
Layla juga pakai, lebih enak Layla. Iya. Enak Layla. Lagi juga hero gratisan juga mah itu.
No, not at all. They were in some second-rate fashion tabloids.
Justru malahan Layla juga gerak ini. Layla juga di buff kan. Semua MM tuh di buff kok. Kecuali MM yang banyak gerak. Yang MM yang notabene harus gerak. Contohnya apa ya? One atau Iritel itu. Itu nggak masuk sih kataku. Lupuh. Halo aku.
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them. Surely a bit of tabloid drama isn't worth cutting off my supply.
You would think that, but this time is different.
Those
They
standards.
paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even went so far as to leave a copy in front of every house. That's how I first learned of the rumors.
Every house? That means someone must have been planning this for a very long time.
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, Chiori. The article was even published alongside a photo of you.
Ah, bener memang orang itu cuy. Masih ternyata ya. 4.5 patch boring. Yang penting hadiahnya juga nggak begitu boring sih.
What sort of photo?
Sampai reset spiral kagak bang aku. Sudah story ini langsung off gua. Aku mau mempersiapkan batinku untuk spiral nanti.
A photo of you beating up someone on the street yesterday.
Lagi mengajar orang di pinggir.
Yesterday? Wait, that means...
Ucher again.
Nah, kan Uter yang kemarin yang tadi cuy.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Kita lihat apa isinya. Ganti kan musuhnya nanti ganti. Makanya itu aku mau bilang gitu. Siap-siap aja jam 3 nanti, jam 3 atau jam 4 ya. Chiori bertiga yang berlatih berkonfrontasi membanggakan gayanya sendiri seolah-olah mereka toko pakaian yang menyediakan layanan pembuatan khusus. Namun siapa yang tahu ada kenyataan tidak dikenal, tidak diketahui orang-orang, untuk bocoran tidak tahu orang. Benteng Meropide setidaknya ada lebih dari satu kriminal membuat pernah beli pakaian Chiori ya putih. Aku merasa kalau suasana di dalam sangat cocok dengan. Ini benar-benar memeras to the akar ini anjir. Supaya aku keserahin sama Anda. Hei. Penting habis sahur. Ya, intinya. Intinya sebelum ini sih. Sebelum azan sahur. Azan sahur apa? Ya, azan.
Behind the scenes, the true Chiori boutique takes shape. Not a fashion house, but a house of lies. Relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Chiori brand employs
Azan subuh intinya. Sebelum azan subuh.
Giving hope to the evildoers among us that wrongdoing can still prevail, provided you conceal it under the guise of fashion and beauty.
Bener-bener cerdik ya.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo shows you to be the clear aggressor.
Benar-benar kayak menguasai gitu kan. Kan dia gebuk gitu kan, gebuk India kan. Nah, kayak mengandalkan misinformasi gitu kan.
Yeah, he was the one who started it, that little...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon, but it can't be helped now.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind. Still, I've got to give your rival high marks for effort. They even dug up the fact that my father once served time in the fortress of Meripede.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing stained with mud.
Sekali ini kotor dia bisa bersih sempurna.
Be washed clean. They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes are just like you. People who silence all dissent with violence.
Aku nggak tahu kayaknya tim apa yang gue pakai nanti ya. Bisa nggak ya pakai tim kemarin ya? Al hitam di atas. Al hitam di atas. Kecing di bawah. Kecing di atas ya.
The absurdity. I don't even know which part to laugh at the most.
Well, laughing matter.
Ya, aku nggak ada ala hitam. aku mau ala hitam soalnya ala hitam tuh lagi dominan juga.
Maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. There's even the possibility that they're just people who happen to commit crimes after buying your clothes.
Problem al hitam. Nah, nantilah aku ngurusin lah. Kalau kewalahan nanti aku bisa utak-atik lah.
But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the truth is
Dengan no healer tentu saja ya.
exercise of futility. It's not something people are just going to forget about in a day or two, especially when they found several people.
Punya aku. Kalau mah nanti ya, kalau ada waktu ya.
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider? If we go through with the show together, we can defeat them fair and square.
If I were younger, I might have said yes.
Is that
But
true?
I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I've got the family business to consider now. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this, but my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated in all of this. She doesn't deserve to be swarmed by all that negative publicity.
Wah, sayang sih.
I understand.
Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori, for old time's sake. Let this Fashion Week go. There's always next year. You just need to wait for all of this to blow over.
You're free to wait things out, Venger. I'll make my own choices.
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours is what's gotten you into all this trouble?
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way for my success?
Fair enough. Then I suppose all there's left to say is Best of luck. As for the models, none of them wanted to be implicated in all of this either.
Oke, itu good newsnya ya.
Understood. Take care.
Model-model yang udah dia apa namanya? Dia diatur.
So, what should we do now?
Without the accessories, I can no longer use my old designs.
How could they do this? They're making things up. The boutique doesn't have anything to do with violent criminals. Can't people tell this is just a bunch of lies?
Public opinion has never been about what's
Opini
true and
publik.
what's not. It's about echoing the loudest voice in the room.
Emang kalau di fountain keras ternyata ya.
I should have seen it from the beginning. Uter knows me too well. Everything that happened yesterday was just...
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Oh, Charlotte.
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse for an article? Oh, just thinking about it makes Paimon's blood boil.
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Unfortunately, not all papers in Fontaine share our same sense of journalistic integrity.
Berarti ada jurnalisme yang bener-bener ada kaitannya. Berarti bukan Charlotte
Miss
yang
Chiori
membantu
doesn't
juga.
deserve to suffer all this baseless slander. I was just about to find some people to interview so that I can write an article to refute all those claims. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who misrepresent and distort the facts.
Yuk, Charlotte.
Great! With your help, we might be able to get some people back on our side.
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several times. I know she's not the kind of person that article makes her out to be.
Come on,
She
Charlotte.
was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite.
Monsieur Verite.
Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you know where she went? Alof told me you were all together.
She was just here. Maybe she went over there? Let's go check.
Let's go. Cereng.
I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before. Really? How was it? The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Makes sense if she
Sama
went here to
kriminal.
protect criminals, I guess. I've got the chills just thinking about it.
Aku juga jijik mendengar kata-katamu. Dia hilang.
Oh no, we've lost her. Did you hear what all those people were saying? Paimon can't believe they bought all that nonsense.
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know her. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little extreme sometimes. It's easy to use that to mislead people who don't know anything else about her.
Yes.
This is all Uter's fault. Paimon would pick him up and throw him across the room too if she could. Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have gone looking for him, do you? You know, so she can, finish what she started?
Oh no.
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure Miss Chiori knows that too.
You've got a point. Let's just return to the boutique and see if she's there then.
Let's go. Oh, langsung tele deh. Langsung tele kemudian masuk ke dalam area. Oh, ini.
Oh, who's this?
This is Miss Letitia. She's also here to see Miss Chiori.
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday, right? Wait, please don't say you're returning that dress too.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her. In fact, if there's anything I can do to help her out, I'd be more than willing.
Yuk, apa nih?
So you've come across that article as well.
Yeah, you probably don't know this, but after I got engaged, I didn't think I'd be able to wear a Chiori dress on my wedding day.
Why?
My fiance owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of mora, but we get by. After he proposed, he took me to Chiori Boutique, and we put down a custom order for a dress. He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes, and how pretty they were. Being able to wear one of her dresses to my wedding has always been my dream.
And then?
And then, something happened to the business, and we ran into major mora problems. We were able to scrounge up enough to pay off our debts, but it left us without the funds to pay for the dress.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from what was left of the original deposit?
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she asked if something happened, and I told her everything. She heard me out, and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the dress, and that she'd be able to finish making it in time as well. She promised that I'd be able to wear a Chiori dress on my wedding day.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known Miss Chiori to be a woman of her
Mana
word.
Chiori?
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on. My fiance happened to walk into the room, and when he saw me, he froze on the spot.
Oh,
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to see it until the wedding day.
Well, see, that wasn't actually the issue. He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business. So as soon as he saw it, he knew for sure that it must have cost far more than what we paid.
oh,
So wait, that means...
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fabric, accessories, beading, construction. It was all the highest quality.
dia takut duitnya kurang. That's all.
Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the boutique. Would
Come
you
on,
mind going on the record?
Come on, Charlotte, you can do it.
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori out, I wouldn't mind at all.
I think it'd go a long way. Your real experience is more powerful than all those lies combined.
Hey, Olaf! Has Chiori come back here since we left?
Huh? I thought you were all together.
Well, we were. If she didn't come back here, then do you know of any other places she could have gone?
Oh, I remember now. There's this one cliff by the sea. Miss Chiori would always go there whenever she was upset.
In that case,
Bing.
why don't we split up? I'll continue interviewing Miss Letitia, and you two can go look for Miss Chiori.
Alright, sounds good. Let's go!
Cari Chiori lokasi.
So, in your opinion, what is Miss Chiori like as a person?
Let's see. Well, she's certainly not afraid to say what she means, but she always looks out for her customers however she can.
Benar-benar getting cutie. Oh, di sini toh. Kayak teriak, apakah gitu ya? Ah! Oke. Nah, itu dia duduk situ. Chiori-san! Dostan desu ka?
There you are, Chiori!
How did you know where Love told you, didn't she?
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She wanted to thank you for the dress. So, you see? You don't have to be sad. We'll figure out how to get through this together.
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Wanna sit here with me? The view's quite stunning.
Takai Dana.
Don't worry. I'll catch you if you fall.
Alright, don't mind if we do.
Duduklah Paimon, tanggung. Pemandangan yang indah.
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open, and far from the relentless critique from fashion commentators and the media. It's just you and the beautiful scenery.
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment every once in a while.
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke that I grew up to be so assertive because they spoiled me as a child. I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time, I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate. One of the servants had to physically remove me.
Whoa, Grandma would have never imagined that.
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be. It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. You know the feeling?
Sorta.
My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven away pretty much every master tailor on the archipelago. You could say I really tried their patience.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. Ones that weren't in line with traditional ways of doing things. On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making outfits for every arrogant big shot expecting me to be at their beck and call. Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master. Worse, not one shop was willing to hire me. Not even to do grunt work.
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those masters that my brand would one day become renowned all over Tibet.
Well, that's a great dream to strive towards.
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine, a city often referred to as the capital of arts and fashion. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a small cramped room, but I was finally free to make whatever I wanted. I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. As long as something was pretty, it would become popular, right? A simple concept, surely. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple. Least of all, fashion. Oh, you mean Letitia? Yeah, she did mention that dream. I'll be honest with you. That's the first time I ever heard something like that from one of my customers. Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream, my work has also become someone else's. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day. Time to come up with a way out of this mess.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back.
Back? It was never gone to begin with. I did say I wasn't upset, didn't I?
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that he hired those treasure hoarders to attack Kirara. Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors so we can publish all our findings in the Steambird once we're done.
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I won't stop her either.
Kau tidak bisa memberhentikan orang yang sudah membantumu, Chiori.
I know where Uter's clothing factory is located. It might be a good place to start looking for some evidence.
Wih, beneran japri cuy kita.
Sounds good. We'll come with.
Hey,
As for
I want to go to your house.
It's always next year, right? So there's no need to be too upset.
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation? Find incriminating evidence or participate in Fashion Week. I'm doing both.
Whoa.
But your accessories. Didn't you say your designs were unusable without them?
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about that, but to tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, I can't help but remember Inazuma. and the vow I made in front of those masters. Thinking about all that, I just can't bear to take even one step back. The sea.
What did you just say, Chiori?
The sea. Seashells, coral. I've got it.
Got what?
Dia dapat inspirasi.
Come, let's take a dip, shall we?
Chiori, wait, look up!
Lompat ke laut. Beneran lompat ke laut.
Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitwal? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, pearl's pretty too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories.
Aksesoris khas Fontaine. Asik.
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us.
Lumito limba. Romaritime flower. Barrel coach.
These should be enough, right? Paimon picked all the prettiest ones in this area.
Chiori bisa berenang.
Chiori, will these do?
Everything looks great. I've also collected a pretty big batch, so we should...
Great! So are we gonna head back now and make some new designs?
Yes, but don't forget, we've got more than just the designs to worry about when we get back.
Just kembali ke butik bersama Chiori.
Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
Kita bikin baju baru menggunakan bahan yang ada.
I mean we have to start from scratch? Will there be enough time?
I should be able to make it if I skip out on sleep.
Pakai minuman apa sih bisa mengatasi kopi? Ya kopi.
No, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu?
Ganyu? Oh.
Ganyu? Who's that?
Tidak saya pikirkan.
The bars are just way too much overtime. Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not gonna convince Paimon otherwise.
Cuci otak Paimon.
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work.
Soalnya ini cewek cuy. Kalau misalnya dia tidur ya, nanti matanya jadi kantung. Kantung mata akan muncul, jadi dia nggak cantik lagi.
All this grit and determination. It reminds me of the first fashion week I ever participated in.
What else can we help with?
Let me see. I suppose all there's left to do is tear up all the outfits currently on display.
You got it. Wait, what did you just say?
Robek.
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. Just a few dozen yards of fabric and a dream.
Beneran kita hancurin bajunya.
I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make my entries for the show. I used the larger pieces for the base fabric, and the smaller pieces for accessories. If it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of the ready-to-use accessories in the shop as well.
But you worked so hard on all these outfits.
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste. I'm not going to let them win, even if it takes everything I've ever made and more.
Okay, then. Here goes nothing.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you. Of course, if anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd probably toss them into the sewer.
Selamat menikmati kerjaan kegorong-gorong. Bener-bener sobek cuy.
I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions.
Semangat Chiori. Apa nih lawiran? Apakah jadi ulet kedua? Enggak lah bang. Jangan-jangan Nilo di banner itu nanti. Banner Chronicle Wish itu juga ada di situ.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your shop?
Kenapa kayak gini cuy? Aneh jadinya. Bener-bener koyak gitu.
Monsters. Slandering you in the
Ropek
wasn't enough
gitu.
for them, was it? They even sent people to wreck your shop. Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think it's about time the Spina di Rosula return the favor.
Speaking of devil.
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, cause you see,
Huh?
Hah?
What is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the outfits. We need all the fabric and accessories we can get.
Oh, so that's what happened. I guess I got a bit ahead of myself just now. Back to what you were doing, everyone. You can all just pretend like I...
Berhubung kamu sini.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
Oh jangan salah cuy. Orang rambut kalau blonde, kalau rambutnya blonde itu biasanya marah-marah kayak gitu.
There's one thing
Luar
I can't
biasa.
stand. It's a false accusation. No one's gonna orchestrate some conspiracy to take down one of my friends and get away with it.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town. All of the Spina di Rosula's formal wear is custom tailored here.
Now, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniforms as well.
Seragam kalian.
As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formulaic as a uniform. That's why I didn't ask you in the first place, silly. Yes. With how much your intel has helped us out in the past, to the
Spina di Rosula.
More of an intelligence agency than a fashion boutique.
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here. Tell me, how can the Spina be of service to you?
Spina di Rosula want to help you.
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work? I'll need all the help I can get if I'm going to finish these outfits over the next few days.
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. I just knew you wouldn't be intimidated into withdrawing from this year's show. When are you going to get started? I can help with sewing too.
Actually, there's something else I'd like to ask of you.
Mungkin minta bantuan untuk mencari atau mengumpul
I'm all ears.
couple menuju ke Uther.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their help as well.
Oh, Lynette.
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet?
What happened to the boutique? Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on the front page of the Steambird tomorrow.
Not this again.
What should we do about these clothes everywhere?
Need to sort them by the type of fabric first, and then by color. Oh, and don't forget to remove any accessories and put them to the side.
That sounds pretty straightforward. I'll help too.
Oke. Zunat. Line dan Lunat. Oh ya, aku belum buka itu ya. Hangotnya si siapa? Lihat. Bentar guys, ada orang. Oke, lanjut. Yang pakai pasti ini linen, baju buatan Chiori. Mungkin deh, baju linet. Oh mungkin aja sih. Mungkin karena dia berutang budi ya. Jadi dia butuh bantuan juga. Oh iya sini apa? Enggak lupa gue buka cuy. Akhirnya. Kita nanti hangout besok kayaknya. Sudah gua nge-spiral kayaknya. Ini frame rate masuk nggak ya? Mau aja ada sih.
Great, you're both here.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
I read the article in the papers. We were just about to go find Miss Chiori.
Oh my lord, speaking of devil.
She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances. The time has come, it seems, for us to return the favor.
Okay.
Perfect, she was the one who sent us.
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to help. Just say the word and we'll take care of it.
Okay, so it's like this.
Blah 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 blah.
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
I'm glad to hear it. Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the bad stuff Utera's been doing, right? Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days. We can check in with her again once she's done with all the new designs.
The show's in another 2 days, isn't it? Will she be able to make the deadline?
Well, according to her, she wants to first beat Utera fair and square at the show, and then defeat him in the court of
Pengadilan jalanan.
She said that it'd be like,
Apakah New Blade akan beraksi, guys?
A two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation second.
yeah, something like that.
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision. We'll go make some preparations. See you at the venue in 2 days.
Objection. Nah, nanti pasti gitu ya.
I'm counting on you.
Moga aja nggak terlalu panjang cerita nih.
Okay, then let's also do as Chiori said and meet up with her at Utera's factory in 2 days. We'll gather the evidence then. Oh, Paimon sure hopes she won't have a hard time making all those new outfits for the show.
Titik pernota. Dan potong sampai 2 hari berikutnya. Beneran 2 hari cuy. Oke, kita langsung to the point ya. 2 hari. Nggak ada waktu jam berapa ini sih, jadi langsung tengah malam aja. Pabrik putar. Oh sini. Walah, ternyata di tempat ini cuy, apa namanya? Spina de. Bawah tanah ternyata. Apa namanya ini? Lupa gue.
Oh, you're here.
Chiori, how are the new outfits coming along? You look kind of tired.
Just a few steps left now. I've handed the rest over to Alof. We should be able to make tonight's show.
Oh malam hari ternyata.
Wow, that's cutting it real close. Are you sure she'll be okay without you?
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front. With the fashion show scheduled for tonight, Uther has closed his factory. This is our only chance to secure any incriminating evidence.
Oh gitu ya.
Okay, Paimon totally gets that this is all his fault and he totally deserves it, but wouldn't we technically be trespassing on his property if we just barge in like this?
Oh jangan khawatir
His
cuy.
factory is usually open to the public. It may not be open for business right now, but that doesn't mean visitors can't stop by for a tour. We're just curious customers after all, aren't we?
Pikir bro.
Oh, when you put it that way.
Tenang aja bro. Kita semua punya vision.
Anyway, Uther's factory is right over there. Let's hurry up and get moving.
Why would he open a factory over there?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low prices and large sales volumes. I don't know. Maybe the rent here is cheap.
Alright. It's really creepy.
Let's all be on our guard.
Let's go. Gimana ke atas ya? Ada tangga. Oh ya, ada tangga. Terus clothing factory. Ini karena Geo ya. Ini harus ada yang nganterin Geo di sini. Sebentar kita pakai tim ini.
What shall we do?
Domain di ruangan kecil ya, boleh. Menarik ini. Tempat ini sembarangan anjir. Gini. Apa tuh? Oh iya, nggak ada healer di sini.
We're in. There really is nobody here.
Beneran kosong. Kursi bisa didukung. Oh iya, pasifnya apa dia? Yang ada speed ya. Kalau di tipat. Nanti aja deh.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please follow me, dear guests. First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand.
Indah-indah semua ya. Sekelas Fontaine.
After that, we welcome you to
Bagus juga ya.
choose our most popular styles.
Huh. Oter seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please take a look around at your leisure.
Yep, this seems like Uter's workspace, all right. Let's see what we can find.
Biaya gaji, biaya banyak loh. Tidak ada yang aneh.
These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
trapped.
Sepertinya bukan sembarangan.
Where did this thing take us?
It seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Coming to be. Pull in.
Solidify.
Salah.
Let's go, Tomato.
Investigate ya. Ya, sunset dia nggak tuh? Ada harta karun po ini.
Look out, there are guards here!
Advance! Everyone on me! Burst for it. I will have order.
Ah, bisa saya manjat? Sitsatsu. Jatuh di sini. Ngeri. Langsung mati kita cuy.
This place is filthy! Are the clothes from Uter's shop seriously made here?
Look over there.
Ugh, that water looks super nasty! Oh, Paimon can smell the stench from all the way over here.
Pakai ini.
And I was the one using unsafe materials, Uter?
So he was actually the one who opened an underground factory.
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Should the clothes made here even be worn?
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading. These materials can give you skin problems if you wear them too often.
Bisa kena iritasi. Malah bisa serius. Akibatkan hal yang nggak terduga nanti.
That's terrifying. Let's take some photos right away as evidence.
Disuruh foto kita cuy.
This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court. All right, let's keep going.
Realitas Chiori akan metode tunjangan kerja.
Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
Langsung buka otomatis.
This place seems like some kind of warehouse. Ugh, and it stinks too. Huh? What's going on? Our way in's been blocked.
Seems like he knew we'd be coming.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because we used to be partners.
Wait, you're practically at each other's throats! Now you're telling us you used to work together?
When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. We shared the same goal, so we decided to work together. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd and shatter tradition. The kind of clothes that would turn heads and leave people in awe. But with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, Uter's confidence disappeared little by little. Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able to make the designs we always dreamed of, and we parted ways. For my part, I gambled it all, and devoted everything I had to that 1 week. I came out the other side with something that really made me proud. I was nervous to present it, of course, but I knew it was my chance to show the industry what I was made of. In the end,
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while Uter gave up on his dream and turned to making this sketchy stuff.
I don't know the exact details of what happened after that. All I know is, after I opened Chiori Boutique, he's harassed me every year since.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished.
Sirik tanda tak mampu.
He doesn't deserve your sympathy.
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There are some control panels over there. Let's see if any of those buttons do anything.
Bener ada puzzle ini.
Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Maybe try the next one? Didn't do anything either.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Come to be.
Salah.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Ah. Debol.
Solidify.
Burst forth.
Warning. Warning.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to get higher.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Jumpa.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Bau dari situ. Jangan sampai jatuh itu.
We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Oh lu.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Oish.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Woi, kenapa kamu berenang? Platformer ini cuy. Boleh. Ah, ada itu. Resistance. Oh, masuk ke dunia luar sekarang. Berarti ini di end berarti. Oh, ini yang tadi. Oh, yang masuk tadi.
We're finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here.
Ketahuan kayaknya.
Finally, the entrance. At last.
Bahaya ini.
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see. What a surprise.
We've collected a bunch of evidence of all the nasty stuff happening at your factory. You're not getting away this time, Lieutenant.
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think I have any intention of letting it get past these walls?
More mechanical guards? Really? Ever thought about using these funds for a legitimate purpose?
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
What? Destroying Chiori Boutique? Or continuing to make your rotten rags?
Proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce. A carnival of ignorance.
You know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed with the concept of fashion itself that you let it paralyze you. Stop trying to cater to it. Focus on your own work, and you get to decide what fashion means.
Spare me the lecture, why don't you? Sooner or later, you'll cater to all the voices too, you know. After all, what is fashion but another form of public opinion?
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain
Idea.
but it's up to you to decide what it is. My brand caters to no one but myself and my vision. That's my ideal, and it's not going to change.
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall, they'll understand how laughable that ideal truly is.
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? Your jaded understanding of the industry is the reason you've had it out for my brand for so long? You weren't like this before, Uter. What happened to the man who wanted to make something that would bring the entire world to its knees?
He realized long ago how utterly naive and ridiculous that dream was.
You gave up on your dream, but that wasn't enough, was it? You had to find a way to prove to yourself that it could never have been possible at all. You think you understand, but you're just a bitter man who let his regrets dictate his choices. You regret giving up on your dream. So you stopped at nothing to prove to yourself that it wasn't the wrong choice. This whole thing, Uter.
Pathetic. Why don't you take a look in the mirror? You're a fool daydreaming about taking all of Tibet by storm. Well, good luck doing that when even Fontaine doesn't have a place for you anymore.
You're right. Maybe all those who pursue their dreams are fools. But more pitiful still are cowards who are too afraid to even attempt what the fool is brave enough to try.
You...
Pistol.
Yeah, just leave this guy to us.
No, you go instead.
But he has a gun.
It'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell everyone to proceed with the plan. I'll deal with him. Some lessons are best delivered in person.
Catch up with us soon.
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your factory.
Still trying to talk tough, I see.
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this. If I may borrow the words of a friend, A guy like you doesn't deserve my sympathy. Allow me to show you the true meaning of the Chiori brand.
Wah, ini dia.
The Chiori brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chiori Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique.
Huh.
And most importantly,
An enduring, never say die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chiori brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself.
Did Chiori not...
Lights, cameras, over here, please.
let the show begin. The world will change,
keren.
fashion along with it, but Chiori will remain the same.
Wah,
The challenge is too great. Chiori
ih kira.
caters to no one,
Ini kita gimana?
not even the times.
Oh enggak.
Rather, Chiori will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
Fellow dreamers. Aku juga mau dibuatin baju. Linenya bagus tuh aku ngeliatnya itu. Ketimbang wanita-wanita lain.
How about this?
Keren loh, dari desain tuh dibuat laki-laki pun dia dilibaskan cuy. The best ya.
A little more to the left. Like this?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, that looks great! Miss Chiori, can I take a picture?
Oh, mereka buat brand baru tuh.
Of course.
Logo brand baru bisa.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week. I figured it'd be best to put it up after the success of the show.
Well, how can you become renowned through all of Teyvat without a fancy signboard of your own?
Spin. Biasa lah. Di game apa bang? Game Genshin Impact bang, Xler.
Now that you mention it,
Halo,
perhaps our
Xler.
magic troupe could use one of those.
Our signatures are the Grinmalk and Cat and the Boggle Cat.
Walking Cat and Boggle Cat
Oh,
box.
and we need to add Pear as well.
Si Pers.
There would need an alias of
Pers.
How about
Hungry Bird.
the
Hungry.
Angry Bird?
Kenapa Hungry Bird? Maksudku, men, jangan gitulah. Jokes bapak-bapak lagi itu, aku jamin sih.
Does that mean your signboard is going to be 2 cats and a penguin stuffed into a single hat?
Ooh, that sounds super snuggly and warm.
And a bit cramped.
Sempit.
Miss Chiori, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird, along with the evidence the Traveler gathered.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite. It's on the house.
Ooh,
Huh? You really mean it?
sebagai balas
Of
kasih.
course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette. If you have need of any costumes in the future, just
What about something other than a costume?
Hah?
Thank you, Chiori. It's much appreciated.
Well, I don't really need anything. Just don't be a stranger, all right?
Jangan sombong saja sama
I don't
aku.
need anything either. So long as you continue to request my international courier services from Komania Express, we're golden.
Actually, that reminds me. When will you be leaving, Kirara?
Huh? About that.
The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in. We'll push it all the way out of Fontaine.
Itu tarikan.
What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we get something nice too, Chiori?
Oh, Jeff.
Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show. Appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization. Using weapons in public. Hosting a dangerous performance without notifying the authorities.
Shiraz, we can explain.
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report them to the Special Patrol at your earliest convenience.
Enjoyed that, didn't you?
Half to death. Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me in advance next time you're planning something like that?
And if I had, would you have approved?
No, but it would have at least spared me a whole lot of anxiety.
Well, I would say I've more than made it up to you, have I not? A whole underground workshop in the Fleuve Sandra, and the man responsible all tied up and handed to you on a silver platter. Sounds pretty thoughtful.
Waifu Chandra.
All right, I won't argue with you. You can have this one.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal for our efforts. Let's go. Spina's treat.
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of paperwork to take care of, so you all go have fun.
Malam gini masih berpatroli.
Oh, by the way, Chiori, I ran into Wenger on the way here. He had a message for you.
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool used pretty much every apology in the book. I'll just visit him some other day and give him a hard time about everything.
You know him well.
Thanks again, Shelvrus.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. That was really quite an amazing show.
You don't say.
You don't say.
All right. Follow me if you want in on the celebration feast. Come on, we're leaving.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Navia know that we'll be a little late. There's something I'd like to give you.
A place with the view? Oh, Paimon knows where you mean. Sure, no problem.
Tapi yang kemarin.
I'll be right there.
Ya, tempat yang kemarin ya teman-teman. Story-nya 2 jam berarti ya. Juga ya kalau nggak di apa namanya? Di skip.
Follow my lead.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want to give us that you couldn't share right in front of everyone else?
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chiori boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, I decided to give them to you two.
Thank you so
You've been a
much.
great help. Even when things were looking bleak, you stayed by my side. There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win. Even if it was just to honor the trust that you had in me.
Well, we may have helped a little, but Paimon would say you deserve most of the credit. This result, it was all you, Chiori.
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long, I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing that matters most is having friends who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. A single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chiori Boutique could have easily fallen to ruin.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point. Not if you had anything to say about it. But, about the stuff you said at the to rub some people the wrong way?
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly feel. I won't bow or scrape before any force in this world, much less any individual. I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create something beautiful, and there will always be people who appreciate it.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry about then. Should we go back and join them at the victory feast?
Oh, yes, of course. But before that, I'd like to admire the view for just a little while longer. You know, of all the nights I've spent in Fontaine, I'd say this is the loveliest by far.
Kalau mereka bicara tentang bang. Oh. Ini. Ternyata bukan kursi sembarangan. Oke. Ceritanya menegangkan ya. Ekspektasi itu ya. Oh. Makin ceritanya by the way aku suka sih ngelihat Chiori. Sebenarnya sih itu tuh gara-gara kesalahannya Chiori situ. Dia terlalu ceplos dan dia keceplosan gitu kan. Dan terlalu belak-belakan untuk mengganggunya. Tapi aku benar-benar ngapresiasi sih. Dia benar-benar membangun PT-nya sendiri. Tapi itu berkat temannya juga sih. Sejak ada Navia ya. Sejak ada Charlotte, Navia, dan kawanan-kawanan kita juga. Apalagi Linet dengan Linet. Pengguna siapa lagi cuy orang-orang paling penting di situ. Tidak akan membantu dengan cara jujur gitu. Yes, there's some kind of moral story about that. I like this. Ya, jadi.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
Mati. Oke. Udah ini kayaknya aku off stream deh. Lanjut tidur. Dah. Ceritanya bagus sih. Jadi kayak kita tuh sudah tahu kalau bisnis tuh nggak semudah lu pikirkan gitu. Apalagi bisnis tentang apa namanya perbelanjaan gitu kan. Jika salah satu dari mereka dari kedua pasar itu, kedua PT bisa dibilang ya, aku bilang PT atau warung lah kata gue, menang ataupun kalah, itu terjadi hal yang namanya iri gitu ya. Iri atau dengki gitu. Aku salut sih ngeliat si Chiori itu berusaha ya, bagaikan kayak wanita yang mirip-mirip kayak emak-emak pada umumnya gitu. I really salute that. Bahkan Jeffrus pun juga belak-belakan juga ngomong kayak gitu sih. Sebenarnya awalnya sih gara-gara Chiori itu sendiri kalau perusahaannya akan bangkrut gitu. Warungnya itu juga akan dihancurkan gitu. Bener-bener diperas cuy oleh si aktor tuh. Utar tuh. Uter apa namanya. Emang BGST sekali dia ya. Tapi ternyata sejak saat itu mungkin nggak tahu, nggak ada kabarnya tuh Uter tuh. Langsung mereka skip cuy, nggak ada kabarnya gitu kayak dia ditahan atau enggak. Tapi dia sudah dieksekusi sih. Nah, aku mau tidur dulu guys. Istirahat dulu aku. Ini tombak apa namanya? Tombak sages ini. Oh ya, tadi aku sudah event tadi. Ngantuk cuy eventnya. Tapi ada juga menegangkan sedikit. Kayak ada sebuah potion gitu. Alkimia firma. Bahasa Inggris aja lah. Agak kaku gitu. Kata-kata bahasa Indonesia. English. Alchemic apa dia? Alchemic Ascension. Itu katanya ada event keduanya lagi nanti. Cuman nanti lagi. Aku ngurusin dulu. Ngurusin spiral dulu. Siang kok bang, udah mau tidur aja nanti. Mau tidur. Dah, itu aja bah, guys. Aku mau tidur dulu. Seperti itulah cerita Chiori. Kalau pengen rewind story-nya, videonya bisa ke puterin aja nanti. Nah itu aja guys, aku pesen dulu. Udah jam 11:30, aku mau turu. Besok aku mau mempersiapkan niat batinku untuk spiral. Dah itu aja. Aku pamit undur diri, sampai jumpa di berikutnya. Thank you Bang Nao, Bang Isler tadi mampir ya di komentar ya. Bang Hakim, Bang Alpin, dan Mbak Loya. Itu aja. Sampai jumpa di berikutnya. Bye bye. Tunggu.